So last time we have discussed already this SCD type 1 and type 2. Okay, how this works, right? And how we are going to maintain the data. Now I will give you overall plan how what is the plan, how we will be storing the data and what we are going to do. Okay, something we need to practice today. Okay, and I will give you guys permission to practice from your end as well, and similarly whatever that we create same thing we will be going to do. Okay, so now let's see. First I'll give you the draft, what is the data flow, and then what are the stages we need to keep to maintain the SCD type 1. And after that, okay, what we will do in the next classes, we will start the advanced concepts of micro partitions and time travel and fail safe. Okay, and apart from that, we need to discuss on the snowflake as well. Okay, so let's start ACD type 1. So which is very important in the real time project. Okay, now okay, I'll take the new screenshot, new sheet here. And there is this where is the shapes? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, for example, this is my file or database, anything you can take. This is my source file, right? Or a table generally. And from here, what I have to do, I have to insert the data into my table. Okay, to insert the data into my table, what I need to do, I have to create a table first, right? And then I need to load the data from table to file table. And once the data is stored under table, and here the data will be always flush and fill. Okay, and fill. And once the data stored in my dimension table, I mean stage table, then I will be loading the data into my final table. Okay, so in this final table, what I am going to do is first I will perform the delete operation here. Okay, and then same table and the same target table and the same source table, I will be inserting the data in my table here. Okay, something like that. I mean the table names everything is same, only the command and DDL will be different. So like this I am going to perform for my tables. Okay, now let's see how we can accommodate this. Okay, so what we need to do that. Okay, so now let me log in. So this is the flow what I have explained here, right? So similarly now what we need to do. Okay, so let me connect snowflake and show you. Okay, step one. Table creation. Step one is table creation. What table we need to do here? So first of all, I'll go here in database. Okay, and under this, I will come to the calendar. Okay, or customer. I'll take the customer first. Hmm? Okay, now what I'll do, I'll use this customer same in my schema I'll create. Okay, for example, definition. Let me just take the column names here. Copy column table name. Describe table name. I'm just selecting the table first, and where I'm going to execute and in my schema. Okay. Now let me check the DDL. Okay. So these two columns I need. I'm checking these two columns, and here I am creating a new file. And step one is creating the create table name stage underscore customer. What is my schema name and this Azure DWH Tech DB. Azure DWH Tech DB dot what is the schema public dot schema Azure DWH Tech underscore DB. Okay, and here I'm creating this. Here I'm not giving any C and all in my table, and I'll just give a here. Okay, now this is my table name where I'm going to create. Okay, so once it is done, what I will do now, I need to insert the data into this table, right? Okay, so I'll create one more column here. Insert GMT timestamp as timestamp, the data type, and here I have created one extra column. Now what I will do, I'll take this column alone. I need to read the data from this table, right? Okay, so insert into table name. What table name? This table name. I need to load the data into this table. Okay. Select and this I don't have in my table, right? I mean in the source table I don't have. So what I'm going to do, I use current timestamp function as insert GMT timestamp. From which table I am reading the data? I am reading the data from this table. Okay. Now my query is perfectly ready. Now what I will do? I will execute this statement here. Okay. Let me run this. Page underscore customer. Table successfully created under my schema. Okay. Now to see that, okay, describe table name. What is my table name? Customer table name. Okay. Okay. Table names, everything. See, there is no with, right? There is nothing like this. I don't see anything. Without a C, I just created the columns. Total 19 columns I have. Now what I will do, I will insert the data. Before I insert the data, what I will do, I'll just check the record count. How many records are there in this customer table? Okay. Select account, start count. After loading the data into my table also, the data should be loaded same record. So this many records are there in my table. Okay. Now I am going to execute my insert statement. Okay. The data should be loaded with the additional column of insert GMT timestamp. But here what I have done, I am using directly C customer, right? Now I will give alias name of actual my table name. In this table, I have only without C, right? So better I'll give like this so that everyone can understand easily. We can do in shortcut as well, but I wanted to show you here as you have to give in a sequence order. Okay. What is the table of sequence? Same way you need to give here. Where is prepared? Reading the data from different database schema. So that is the reason I have given all the details and loading the data into my schema. Okay. So this query preparation is done. Hmm. Now what I will do, I will insert the data into the table. Okay. Now let's see. And let's execute this query here. Data is inserting into my table. Okay. So once the data is stored under this table, we have to validate whether the data is loaded properly or not. We need to check. Okay. So data got inserted this many rows under the table. Now let's check under stage table. Okay, whether the data is loaded or not. Okay. Now select this. Now table name. I'm just checking all columns 17 million records. 36 millions. 55 millions. 74 million records. Okay. The data is stored the data here, right? In stage table, the data got stored, and you see there is no hash, correct? Sorry, there is no C before that, okay? Because I have created the table like this, okay? Now I wanted to know whether this customer surrogate key is unique key or duplicate key. For example, do we have any key duplicate or not? Okay? To identify what to do. Anyone? Whether the surrogate key has the unique or duplicate, what query we have to prepare and see whether do I have a duplicate data or not. Anyone?
Using count we can check.
Hmm?
Using count we can check. Using count and having.
Okay, like this.
No, we have to give customer column actually. Instead of one.
Hmm. Let me check how many records are there. Hmm. 10 crores or 1 crore, I don't know. Okay, we have this much. Okay, now in this column, I mean, how do I check whether do I have a duplicate record or unique record? What to do now? Hmm? Okay, distinct customer SK from this table. Like this, is it? How do I know I have some 1 crores of data? Do you want me to read one by one? If I do like this, you will get the distinct record. But I have a more record. I cannot able to validate record by record here. See? How do I check whether it is a unique or not? Hmm?
Having count greater than one.
Having count greater than 1. Can you tell
Yes.
me how to write a query? Select. Please go ahead. Anyone? Column
Select
names.
count.
Which column?
Select
Okay. Comma. Count. Star. Then table name. Okay. Group by this one. Okay. Having on star greater than 1. Okay. Query produce no result. It means I didn't get any data. It means what? I did not get any data.
There are no duplicate records.
What? Someone said something. I didn't
So,
get any
there are
result here. It means what?
there are no duplicate records.
It means there is no duplicate record. Correct? So here we do not have any duplicate records using the customer surrogate key. It means it is a good sign that we have a good data. Okay. Now I have loaded the data into my table, right? Okay. Now let me see what data do I have. Actually, if you see here, I have some nulls in the column, correct? Now the requirement is I don't want to populate the null. I want to populate some question mark here. Wherever if I have a null, I have to populate question mark. Wherever I have a null, I need to populate question mark. What I have to do? Hmm? Okay. So where do I have to give coalesce? For example, let's take this current C demo SK. In this column, wherever I have a question null, I need to populate question mark. So now to populate the question mark here, what I have to do? Hmm? What I have to do?
Case function second.
Okay, case function. Where I have to do here? So in this select statement, do I need to create a case statement while loading the data into stage table? Or how do I insert the data while loading the data into stage table? Okay, I have to populate this here. Wherever I have a null, I need to populate question mark. What to do? Okay, so here the requirement is the column has to the value should be replaced with question mark under current residual demo column, right? So where is this? Here we have. So you can use coalesce. Very simple, like this. Okay, already I have the data in my table, right? So if I redo the insert, then what will happen? Again 1 crores of data it will reinsert, right? I don't want to do that. So before that, what I have to do? I have to truncate the data. Truncate table name. First I'll truncate the table here. Okay, let's truncate the data. Data successfully truncated. Now if I see the data, let's see whether do we have any data. We don't have any data. Now let's execute this again. What happened? Numeric value question mark is not authorized. It means this demo SQA, it is a question mark. So we cannot allow this question mark under numeric because question mark is a string, right? So it means what? We cannot able to insert the question mark under numeric values because it is very difficult and the system will not allow. Okay, now let's see whether is there any table where do we have a string, there we will insert question mark. Okay. Um,
We can insert 0, right?
we can insert 0. Yes. But that 0 sometimes it creates a problem. Okay. So that is the reason we should not insert the 0. Let me see. This table. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I will modify this insert statement here, remove this clause. Let me see where do we have names. Login. This login we have, right? C login. We will populate here question mark. Where is that login? Plus question mark close. Okay. Now let's run from the source table to target
Oh,
table.
call is spelling.
College spelling wrong. COLE. COALS commanded.
L.
Now running this. Insert. I'll insert the data again. Data got inserted. Now let's see. To just check whether in login ID is null or there or not, what we will do in shortcut where okay login is null. Let me check, do I have any under this column any null? If I don't get any data, it means the data got replaced with null, right? Now what I will do, I will use equal to question mark. If I have any question mark, then I'll get the data. This is how you need to validate. After loading the data, after converting, you have to validate whether the data is properly updated or not in the table. Updated in the sense you are reinserting the data in the table, right? So we are just checking whether this it is updating or not. So that we can check, yeah, our query got successfully executed and we do not have an issue. So that we will get some confidence on this one. Yeah. Hmm? Oh, you got the result? Wow. Where is login? Using? Hmm? See, this is how we build. So to achieve this, we have a multiple ways. What multiple ways? To achieve this, we have a multiple ways. What are the multiple ways? Now we will see. So here, the first step what we have done, the step one, in step one, we have used coalesce function to replace the value. And similarly, we can use NVL also to replace the value. Okay. Like this also we can do. Using the NVL also we can achieve the same result. and using the case when, okay, if it is a C login is null, then question mark else C login. Okay, and has login. Like this also you can achieve either this one or either this one or either this one. Okay, and null using this as well you can achieve as login. So to replace the value, these many ways we can handle it. In this, right, easiest one which one? Which is the easiest one? Hmm? Yes, NVM. Why you are not selecting this one? Why this got replaced here? Huh? So Coalesce also it says same only, right? So there is no difference. But Coalesce NVL will give you only one single replacement. But Coalesce will give you more than one replacement. Okay. So always use the Coalesce if you ask me. Okay. Or else you can write a query like this also. And you have a null if condition also to do that. Okay. So this is the first step which we have created. That is fine. Okay. Now we are good on this one. Now while loading the data, I have an insert GMT timestamp also. So today here we have a 28. Date is 28, right? But here you have a 27. Means it is a US time zone. It means UTC. Okay. So still there is 27. 19 means 7. It is something happening. Or some other country might be. Okay. So now what we need to do? Do Here I can see birth country. Okay. I can see here birth country, right? And here I have a birth year, birth month, and birth date. Right? Now my requirement is okay. Here I have it in single entries like date, month, birth, right? But I want the requirement to load the data into my dimension table. At that time, I need one entry like date of birth. Under this, I should have the value 1985 hyphen 01 hyphen 23. Something like this. I have to print the value under this column using birth date, birth month, birth year. Merge the columns, combining column. As you wish. However you want, you can do it. Okay. So here you have a 0, a 1 only. But I want a 0, 1, 0, 9, 0, 5, 0, 8 here also. If it is a date is 5, just right. I want 0, 5 means like this. 1985 hyphen 01, 01, something like this. If it is 1955, 11, okay, no zeros, 25. If two digits, then no zeros, we need to add. If it is a single digit value, then we need to add. Okay. Now, whatever the columns I needed here is, now if I cannot use C underscore customer SK, correct? I have to use this DDL first of all to get the column names. Okay. So here, let me go. Here and first, this is the requirement, you guys. Okay. Here you have it. Now my DDL is okay. I am going to create a DDL as first describe table name. I am just checking the describing the table. I'll take these columns which are needed. Both I need it, right? Let me take entire columns. Better I'll go in Excel. So this table is done. Now I need to create one more intermediate table. Okay, I will go here. Okay, and so these many columns are there. Correct. Now in my target table, what are the columns I need it here is okay. I need the target table columns. I have a here date, month, year, right? So I don't want this now. Okay. I want only one column. But only one column. And that column will be delete. And here it should be under date format. Okay. So I need this. So in the source, whatever I am getting the data, day, month, year, I don't want that actually. I want date of birth. So I am just creating a table again using this. Okay. Let me go to the notepad. Let me come here. The second step where I am going to create is create table name. I'll give it later. First, let me copy this. And here I'll take the same table name and then modify and derived. I'm using another column stage customer derived. Otherwise, I'll give here better stage derived customer. Okay, this is my target. So on target table, and I need to create a table first. What is the additional step? What I have done here? I have created date of birth and I have excluded here these three. Correct? These three columns I have excluded. Now I will create this. Okay. And I need to load the data as well. Correct? I need to load the data as well, right? So what I will do, I'll go to the Excel. I'll take these columns. I need to prepare an insert statement also, right? Insert into table name. I'll copy paste it later. Now I'll go to the here Now I'll paste it, insert into my derived table from same table, just I'll remove this derived. That's it. I'm reading the data from stage table and updating the loading the data into this table. Correct? And here I have a date of birth, right? Here. Under this, what I have to load the data using 3 columns, right? But as of now, what I will do here, current timestamp as, okay, customer SK, customer ID, customer demo. These are all fine, no issues for me. Okay, and only now the requirement is I need to change to I need to convert that into date format. Okay, so now first let me execute this DDL. Okay, let me create this DDL. I will create this DDL. Number, what happened? Line number 2. See, I forgot to give a open bracket. No one has observed, even I have. Okay, I'm executing this query. So table stage derived customer table got executed successfully. Now let me see, do I have any data? After creating a table, by default, will it store any data? I created a table, right? Will it, by default, will I get a data after creating a table? Nothing, right? I have to insert. So table is created. Now I will run this insert statement. I will insert this statement. Okay, let me run this. What it is saying? Select I have not given. Select as given. Date of birth. Column is not available, right, in the source table, but I have created here. So what to do? I have to write a derivation. Correct? I need to do derivation. As of now, what I will do? I will just give the default date as of now. Day dash. I'll give just a default date. Generally, we should not give, but I don't know. I will not write any code. You have to write a code. If I write the code, you will copy paste that code. Why should I? You have to spend the time to identify. Okay, invalid date. Okay, no problem. Date is not correct format. I will give current date. Okay. I'm loading the data into my derived table. Data inserted. Let's run let's see the data. So meanwhile, what you have to do, you have to use these three columns. Okay, these three columns you have to use. What are the columns? Birthday, birth month, birth year. You have to use these three columns. Either you concatenate using, we have a concatenate function. Using that concatenate year, month, date, right? After that, you do the cast, convert that into date format. Okay, something like that you do it. Now, if you see, I have used just default date. See, date of birth. I have given like this. It means and the format is supports year hyphen month hyphen date. So what you have to get it here? You have to get the result of exactly this David date of birth. So to get that, what you have to do? You have to use birth year month, something like this. Okay, here date of birth, column name. Okay, birth month, and birth year, birthday. Then last is 8. Now let me just try and see whether this will work or not. The customer table. You have to practice first to get the result. Hmm? Hmm. ఇచ్చినాను. ఇది మొత్తం ఒకటి. Hmm? ఇది మొత్తం ఒకటి. కన్కాట్ అయిన వాడుకో లేదంటే ఇలా అయినా వాడుకో, జనరల్గా వస్తుంది. అండ్ వచ్చిన దాన్ని మనం వాడుతున్నాం. కానీ ఈడ what we have to do, we have to give one more thing, right? Yeah, like this we need to give, and then here also. Yes, it work fine. Let's see. I'm just limiting 10 records. Line number 2.
Column. Comma.
Comma.
లేదు అక్కడ కామా ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇచ్చిన
Okay, good. Thank you.
సెకండ్ లైన్ లో కూడా
Last. I have given additional. Okay. invalid hyphen. Okay, no problem. What we will do first, let me see whether this is working fine or not. This one. Birth year hyphen this, then let me see. Hyphen. Birth year invalid identifier. Why it is invalid? It is my wish. I can give any. Okay, what I will do, I will remove this. First, I'll give it this one. Let's see. Okay, it is concatenated with the 2. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will use hyphen and types. Let me give single quotation. Now I got the hyphen, and here also birthday. You got the data, but I want 0 here also. Generally, I got the format of data birth, right? Now, what I will do, I will change to cast. I will convert that into date format as date. So now using 0505. Got it? Something like this you need to do. And not only, you need to insert the data under as date of birth. Okay. Something like this. This is your requirement. Okay. And as well as, okay, what you need to do. One more thing is, okay, while loading the data into derived table, okay, so let's from okay, so here you have a names, right? First name, last name. What you need to do, you create a one full name, and combine these two with space. Okay. Here you have a first name and last name. So in final table, I don't want that. It means here while loading into a table, okay, generally this cast already we created. Now it is working fine. And here I have a first name and last name. I don't want that. I want only single name called full name. Okay. So this is two requirements you guys are. I'm giving to you. So first what you need to do, you have to create the stage derived table. This is stage customer table. Under stage customer table, you are going to read the data from your source table, okay, and you are not doing any operations here. Once it is done, you will be loading the data into derived table. There you are performing all transformations, okay. Transformations means what? You are converting the data, okay. Then once it is done, you are going to create your final table. What is the final table now? The final table is here underscore customer. This is the final table. There you need to insert the data. Okay. So now I'll show you how I'm going to create a table. Okay. So let me take the derived table structure. I'll take the derived table structure. Describe table name. Okay. And I'll take all columns. I'll copy paste here only. Where should I use it? So this is the my table, right? So what I will do, I will decide what are the columns I need it here. So here I have these many columns, right? And here I have a insert empty timestamp. And here you need to create update gmt timestamp. Okay, as timestamp. This also you need to create one column, extra column. And here you have to create data source name. Okay, anyway, this is the customer table. You need to hard code, okay, hard code to customer only, customer table, something like this. Okay, you need to do that. Okay, these three columns, these two additional columns you are going to insert. Okay, and you will be creating the table like this and loading the data into dim customer table. Okay, you have to insert the data into this table. This is the requirement. In case if you are not able to do, then I'll help you tomorrow. Okay. So now what you need to do, you have to insert this query. Before insert this, what you need to do, you have to write two queries. Step 1, before loading the data into this table, step 1, what you have to do, your source is which table? Stage derived table, right? Delete from dim underscore customer table, where customer underscore sk in selected distinct customer sk from stage derived customer table. This one first you need to execute, and then step 2, what you have to do, you have to insert into dim customer. Okay, select from stage underscore derived customer table. You have to write these two queries. Okay, whenever you are updating under stage derived table, first you need to perform this one. Once you perform this one, then only you need to run this. Okay, then what will happen? If there is any record matches with this, first it will delete the data into this table. Now, first time I have created the table, right? I will not have any data. Yes, still you need to run this delete statement first. If the data is there, it will delete. If the data not available, then it will not delete. It will run empty. Okay. Second query, it will run. So these steps, these whatever we have discussed so far, these steps we are going to use the SP, and under SP we will add these steps, so that finally we will create one stored procedure. That stored procedure, it will execute all the steps. Here we are running manually one by one, right? But in the stored procedure, when we keep all these queries, automatically it will run one by one. Okay, so that we have to see in the next class. So this step you need to understand. This is called SCD type 1, because you are, if the record is there, you are reading this data from stage table. If there is any matches, you are deleting permanently and reinserting the data from the same stage data table. Okay, it is nothing but one way of maintaining the SCD type 1. And another way of maintaining the SCD type 1 is update the record. That also we will discuss. Okay, so this is how you need to. And there is a one more condition using the another way, merge statement. How this merge statement works means, okay, you need to write a statement like merge, merge into dim customer table, okay, dim customer table as a source, sorry, target this one using, okay, stage derivative table, stage derivative table as source, okay, on what column we are using, customer SK column, right? src dot customer SK equal to trg target dot customer SK, okay, when matched, then delete, okay, when else directly we can give else insert into no, directly select, insert into all these columns. No, else insert when not matched, when not matched, then delete, okay, we need to write a delete something else, insert. So this way we need to perform using this one single query. So if you are not confident on this one, then you go ahead individual queries. Okay, so something like that also we can prepare the merge statement. Either you go ahead with this one, either you go ahead with this one, either you go ahead with the update one as well. Okay, so something like this we need to prepare. So this is your requirement to preparing the SCD type 1. In case if you stuck anywhere, I will help you to create. Okay, so this is the steps to process. Similarly, what you need to do means here, where is this snowflake? Yeah, here. Under this, yeah, I forgot one more to discuss with you guys. Actually, okay, let me pull the data. This, I have a country name here, correct? Where is that country? Yeah, Somalia, Togo. These country names I have. I want respective country code also on the table. It means, do I have any country tables that I have to see here? Okay, I don't see any table, but let me see, do I have it there? Country? Nothing here. Okay. Got it like this. See? I want all countries information. Okay. Just it has only few. I want all countries. In India, in the world, I think we have a 230 or 270. Okay, so these many. So you need to create a one table. Under table, you have to load this data. How will you load the data into a table? It is your wish. Whether you load the data through the script or whatever you do. Okay. From the file, you need to load the data into this table. This is your table. Now, I'll show you in database here. Somalia, Afghanistan. Do you have any country called Japan? Where? But the country don't have invalid semicolon. Ah, where? You create a table, either manually you insert the data, okay, insert into country table, values, country name, country code. Like this you can prepare, or directly try to see using a file, directly push the data into a table. Like that also you have. Why this must make is taking? What the column? But the country only. Okay. But why? Okay, stage customer I'm using. See. I have in Japan. Okay. This Japan. Okay. When I match with this table with Japan, I need this country to be displayed. You have to do left outer join and match these country names and get that derived here. It means in my final table where my dimension table is there, right, with the date of birth and the full name, and then here you add one more column. Okay, after either you keep it here or anywhere, country, varchar, 20 or 2, anything you can give. Under this country code, you need to populate JP, IN, US, JP, something like that you need to. Okay. So to do that, there is no country table in our database. So you have to prepare your one. Go to the chat GPT, get all the country related information like this. How I have used AI here. So get all these names, create a table, create a columns and insert the data. Okay. And then use this as a lookup table. Here you have a camel case, right? Okay. Either you convert into uppercase or lowercase, join the columns and get these details. Load the data into a table. While loading the data, you need to do means from derived table, you will be doing here, right? What you have to do here, you have to use left outer country table on, okay, country birth country equal to country name. Then derive the country code here. Simple. Left out. So you need to prepare like this. Okay. So there are 3 tasks you have. One is date of birth conversion and full first name and full name combine into full name and then add the country code additional column. And these are all new columns you need to add. Okay. So these things you have to practice. So if you want, I will paste this. Okay. Generally, you will have these details in YouTube only. Anyway, Jakir is uploading, right? So you can get the details. If you want, I'll just paste it for your reference. Okay, till here. Okay. So this is the today's class. Any questions here? We have a 2 minutes. Anyone? If you know to process step by step now, and SP will become easy for you guys. Stored procedure. Why? Because even in Snowflake stored procedure, you will be creating this kind of a SQL only. So that is the reason I'm more concentrating here. So if you concentrate in here, then SP also will become easier for you guys. Okay, any questions before we drop? Please practice, and if you get any doubt, you can ask Jakir, and even Jakir, if he cannot able to help, then call me directly on my mobile. I'll explain. Okay, but I need this by today itself. Okay, don't tell any exceptions. Okay, I was busy and I don't want to hear that kind of statements from you guys. Am I clear?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And Jakir, can you prepare the document how I prepared here in Excel, right?